Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Dangerous Misinformation. I am your host, Rodney Smith. Join us today as we will be discussing pressing topics such as girls on Halloween, an animal shelter conspiracy, hockey murder, and much more Halloween fun. Thank you for tuning in. This is Dangerous Misinformation. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Dangerous Misinformation, the number one source in the world for the DMs. I'm your host. My name is Rodney Smith, and I am fucking freezing right now, dude. It is cold in Texas, and I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know if I'm having heart palpitations or I'm about to just keel over. I might croak on this stream right now. But yeah, or maybe I'm just cold. My body's not used to shivering. I just feel this like vibrating in my chest. So I thought, well, I might as well go keel over. God, I don't even want to joke about that. I get such bad anxiety whenever I start talking about like heart problems and shit like that. I don't know why, but welcome to Dangerous Misinformation. We have a very fun episode ahead of us, as we always do. Today is actually Halloween. It's not literally Halloween right now, but by the time you see this, it's going to be Halloween. So I hope you guys are having a fun, safe Halloween, even though all your debauchery should have been done over the weekend. Mine was. Actually, I avoided all the debauchery. I was a good boy because I went to a party that was like an hour away, and it was a going away party, so nobody was in costume because we wanted to make it about our friends who are leaving versus being dressed like whores. You know what I'm saying? Halloween used to be a special treat. Halloween used to be a special treat because we would wait all year to see the girls we want to bang in slutty costumes. Now they just put their ass on Instagram for likes, for nothing. Remember when you used to get a nude from a girl? It used to be a big deal. Now it's like you can go see girls way hotter that aren't in your town that you don't even know. Like they'll just put their goodies on the internet for literally nothing. I guess if they do that enough, they'll garnish a big enough audience. If they garnish a big enough audience, for some reason, like makeup brands and clothing brands, like female brands, will come around and sponsor them, which makes no sense to me because, like, if you go and look at these swimsuit pages and stuff like that, like all the comments, it's just dudes. It's just dudes saying gross shit, right? So their whole clientele, their whole following is just horny dudes. It's not people that are going to want to buy the clothes that these girls are wearing, but I mean, obviously it is. I don't know. I haven't done any market research. I don't fucking know. But yeah, dude, Halloween used to be a special thing. It used to be my favorite holiday of the year, because you could dress up as something funny and all the chicks were dressed as hoes. But now fashion, we all just look funny anyways and wear ridiculous shit all the time. Everybody's just wearing ridiculous shit all the time with their scary ass, and chicks are just naked all the fucking time anyways. So Halloween makes no difference unless you got little nuggets to go take trick-or-treating or something like that. There's really no point in celebrating Halloween. Matter of fact, I'm going to get sleep on Halloween weekends at this point while Ubers are jacked up and drink prices are racked up and entry lines are... I'm ready to have a family, bro. I'm ready to settle down and have a family. I'm done with the debauchery, but I also don't really want to deal with the family, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm depressed because nothing sounds fun anymore. I'm kind of just over everything. All I want to do is just take naps, talk shit, look at hot bitches, and that's about it. That's my whole life. That's all I want to do is fuck hot girls and talk shit. Is there something wrong with me? I don't know. I don't know if there's something wrong with me. Like I don't have like, oh, do I want to go, I don't know, play something or go fishing or what, play golf or go fishing or whatever the deal is. No, I don't. I just want to make money. I want to fuck bitches and I want to talk shit. That's all I want to do. So fault me for that, life kink shame me. Is that a thing? Are you only not allowed to shame people for their sexual preferences, or are you also not allowed to shame them for their life choices? Because I think shaming is a very powerful tool. It's how we keep just absolute haram from being established within our societies. You know what I mean? And as Islam is winning right now, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing for the West to fall, because the West had its peak. We got all the good architecture and all the good food and the technology and the science and all that. We got that out of the West. White people did their part in humanity. At this point, we've just let way too much slide and we don't deserve to be around anymore. So as Islam has taken over, hopefully the thing that comes with that is that there's just less degeneracy and people will be more godly people. Because if everybody just agreed with them, right? If everybody just agreed with them, I don't think they'd be bombing anybody, because then we wouldn't have any holy wars, because then we'd all just believe in the same thing, even if we just pretended in it. So yeah. Am I slowly becoming a Islamic terrorist on this podcast or something? I shouldn't even say that, dude. Like I said, I already think that because of the algorithms, and because they don't know if you're joking, you just say shit on the internet. Because to me, the internet is still the place where you can just rip jokes and people know you're joking. Or I assume that people have common sense and know that you're kind of just being silly, right? But I don't think that's the case. I don't think the tech companies have any sense of humor. And obviously machines don't have any sense of humor, because if they did, they would be a lot funnier, because they just come and strike my shit down. And the thing that pisses me off the most is I used to like reposting. When people would say mean things to me, I would like reposting the mean things they said. But then I got so many strikes. I got bullying strikes on myself for reposting things that motherfuckers were saying to your boy. Quick agua break. Dude, I'm so fucking freezing. That's one thing about living in San Antonio. I just start buying bottled water again. I'm kind of a hippie about bottles of water, because you just see all the plastic in the landfills and it kind of makes me feel bad. But the water in San Antonio literally tastes like some fucking migrant was smuggling it up their asshole for 300 miles walking up to the border. And speaking of migrants, how do all these people from like Africa, right? How do they get to South America and then end up at the US border? Like, this has to be some sort of coordinated thing, right? Because if they have no resource, like, how are they getting into the other countries? How are they getting into can you just move anywhere you want? And then once you get to the southern border, you finally find some resistance? You know what I mean? I don't know, dude. It's fucking weird, man. Nothing makes sense to me. You know what really doesn't make sense? Well, it does make sense to me, but I have a conspiracy. And it's not even a conspiracy, but veterinarians, okay? Veterinarians is an animal shelters. I think this is a giant opportunity for fucked up people to take advantage of people, because they know, I don't think necessarily that they love animals 100% of the time. Like, obviously there's going to be people that love animals that work in these fields. But if you are a sick, twisted person, then you're going to know, okay, besides children and health, what is one thing people are willing to spend their money on? That's their pets, because their pets become their family members, right? So when you go to the vet, if you don't have, like my buddy, he got a puppy and the puppy broke its leg. And they're saying, well, we can either blah, 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 do this, or we can have a surgery, and the surgery is $7,000. How is it $7,000 to fix his puppy's leg? Like, what else are you going to do with the puppy? Put him down if you don't fix his fucking leg? With everything else we're subsidizing, right? We get all these people come. How is there not a government if there were ever to be a government program, why isn't there one for, human medical and animal medical, dude? And so fucker, like when we found these dogs, if you go back and listen to an older episode, I can't remember, I don't want to tell the whole story, but we found a box of dogs out in the desert, out just like in the middle of New Mexico. And so we took the dogs with us, and everybody wanted to keep the dogs at first, but we still had like a week of shooting, and so it just didn't make sense to keep the dogs. And we tried to find a shelter for the dogs, somebody that would just take these fucking dogs that were just bound to die in the goddamn desert, right? Nobody took them. Nobody said, nope, we're not taking the dogs. Nope, we're not taking the puppies. Nope, we're not taking the mom. We're not taking them. I mean, we tried. Not even exaggeration, maybe close to 100 shelters in multiple states, because we're traveling from New Mexico all the way out to California. So we could have stopped literally anywhere. Like, we're calling people in like Colorado and basically any animal shelter, like 5 people looking, and nobody could take them. Then finally, somebody, I can't remember what the deal was. Somebody tipped us off to this one place, and then eventually, they got offered, it wasn't my money, but so the pound got offered a $200 donation. They said, okay, we'll take the puppies, because we offered him, when I say we, like I said, it wasn't my money, but it's just easier to tell the story that way. We offered him $200 to take the puppies. So we drive like 5 hours to go take the puppies there. Maybe even longer. I don't really remember. I was really out of it because this was the day all my clothes got thrown away on accident, and I don't have any summer clothes anymore. Yeah, that's another. It's a fun story. Go back and listen. Go back and listen to the older episodes. When I say older, within like the last 2 months or something. And so we get to this animal shelter, right? And they're all like, oh, oh, so sweet. Everybody's happy to see the puppies. They're super nice people and everything, right? So then, of course, at the end of it, they ask for their money. Obviously, that's fine because that's what was promised. But then here's the kicker, because one of the girls was on some like email thread with everybody involved with the adoption of these, or the intake of these puppies, right? And then so the next day they send out this team letter about what happened with the puppies. Like, oh, we saved these puppies. This is a letter, an internal letter that one of the girls was CC'd on or some shit. The letter's like, oh, we saved these puppies yesterday. This is just a letter to remind everybody that the great selfless work we're doing here. You're all heroes. Your undying commitment to saving animals. And it's like, bitch, you guys weren't going to take the fucking animals unless you were offered money. And I can't really blame you because it takes resources. Otherwise, everybody would just go out and get an animal, and then they'd say, okay, this is a lot of work, I don't want it. And then they just go dump it on the shelter. So I understand it, but how is it? I just don't understand, with as rich of a country as we are and the shit that we're funding. We give crackheads free drugs, but we got animal shelters that are struggling, and we got homeless veterans. Make that make sense, dude. I don't know in what fucking world anybody could make that make sense. I don't think anybody ever will be able to make that make sense. But it irks me. It irks me to think about how many animals have to die, how many people are starving, people with mental health issues, like the actual helpless people. You get a lot of lazy pieces of shit that are just taking advantage of the system, and they can do that if you play the system right, because there's a lot of loopholes. And that's the thing that we all don't like. But then you get people that actually just need fucking help. And then obviously, the people that are working these animal shelters that just need fucking help and resources, and they can't get it. But here we go, sending billions of dollars to go fund wars, And I don't know much about the Israel-Palestine thing. From what I hear from a lot of people, it's a necessary evil, but I don't know. I can't really speak on it. I'm just tired of wars, dude. I've talked about this at length multiple times about how I don't want to go kill somebody because the lizard people can't get along. Let's see what's going on in the world. Did you guys hear about this fucking hockey player that just died? This dude got ninja kicked on the ice. Hockey's always been this pretty brutal sport, in my opinion. It's kind of the opposite of soccer. And I was having this argument with somebody one time who was a former hockey player, and he was saying that they should not allow the fights at all because it's basically just assault. And at the time, I disagreed with them because I knew I was never going to put on any hockey skates. And when I go to a hockey game, I like seeing me a good old fight, And I don't think you're ever going to get rid of that in the sport. But if you saw the clip, there was a guy who just basically ninja kicked somebody to the chest and slit the dude's throat open with his ice skate. Let's see. Hockey player dies. Ice player E. Oh, wow, I'm going to E news. Okay, I guess we're stooping to a new low. Oh my God, go away. How these fucking ads, We're talking about a 29-year-old ice hockey player, Adam Johnson, dead at 29 after a freak accident. And then you try to go to the article, and it's just all these fucking ads, like all these pop-ups pop up. And this isn't like some ratchet little website. This is E! News. They have a whole goddamn TV station, so they have money. Which I guess the reason they have money is because they run all these ads. But, have somewhat of integrity, have some side ads, have some whatever. But you can't look at the article without a bunch of pop-ups. And that's just, I don't know. Oh my God, dude, it's still happening. A 29-year-old American ice hockey player died after a freak accident that's not a freak accident. He got kicked. According to CNN, well, now we know it's already false because it's according to CNN. Johnson, who joined the Elite Ice Hockey League team in August, was playing in the Panthers Challenge Cup match at blah, blah, blah arena when he appeared to suffer a serious neck injury after a collision with the player. No, that's bullshit. They skated by each other, and the one guy picked him off like the way free safety would pick off a fucking wide receiver, but he did it with his ice skate. Everyone in the club, including players, staff, management, ownership, are heartbroken at the news. I've never heard of that. Adam was her number 47, but also a great teammate. Thoughts of it? This guy needs to go to prison. the guy that kicked him needs to go to prison and make a tattoo gun out of. I feel bad even making fun of this, bro. I'm too cold. My body, like I can't even make fun of it because my body is so frozen together. Frozen zusammen. Yeah, dude, that's fucked up. All right, we're gonna start winding things down here, guys. Happy Halloween. You're probably listening to this after Halloween because I've noticed the trends that everybody kind of listens to the podcast about a day after, which makes sense. So, and I like logic. I'm the German. I like the logic. It makes a lot of sense. I remember one time on Halloween, because we didn't have Halloween in the Germany, but in the US, when I was like 5, I was a Ninja Turtle. And I broke my tooth on a fork. We're supposed to go trick-or-treating. And my mom was like, you guys need to eat before we go. I was like, all right, Mom. My mom would always make me leave with a sweatshirt. The things, at the time when I was a child, I was like, God, why is this fucking lady always giving me hot food and making me wear a sweatshirt before I leave the house? She cares that... Why does she care so much if I'm going to be uncomfortable when I leave the house? Like, can you stop loving me so much and taking care of me? I just want to walk out of the house and be cold and hungry, which is how I spend most of my which is me right now. I'm cold and hungry. I'm like a white girl. Got that white girl. Yeah, that's, you know what? Because I was wondering what I should dress up as Halloween. I wanted to dress up as Lizzo, but I didn't know if I'd get in trouble for blackface or if people would call me brave for being a big black woman. So I think it's kind of in between. I think if I just dress up as a woman, I'm brave and beautiful. But if I pretend to be black, people get offended. So I don't know. I'm still trying to work that one out. But plus, I'd be body. I wouldn't be body shaming because I'd just be pretending to be a Lizzo-size human. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I forgot what I was talking about. I think I was talking about my mom after I busted my tooth out with a fork while I tried to dress up as a Ninja Turtle. I like turtles. And go trick-or-treat. I've only been trick-or-treating like 3 times in my entire life. How sad is that? Maybe I should identify as a child and go around the neighborhood knocking on people's doors. And then if they say, sir, you are 33 years old, I'll just be like, hey, are you kink shaming? And then just fucking rape them or something. I don't know. That was fucked up. I worry now, dude. The tech companies have gotten to me. I would have said that so brutally, like, oh, just walk in there with my Jason mask and then, fuck some fat slut to death. But now I'm scared to say these things because I feel like the algorithm, the technology can pick up the audio of the whole thing within seconds and say, nope, we're going to censor this because we don't know he's joking. Well, guess what, technology lizard people? I'm joking. This is all a joke. It's satire. I'm trying to be silly. It doesn't matter. I'm not out here spreading political misinformation, trying to sway elections, okay? Disclaimer. I'm like the 45-year-old on Facebook talking about, I do not allow, boomers. They'll be like, oh, kids don't understand how the world works. Then 5 minutes later, they're on Facebook talking about Facebook is not permitted to sell my data to the government and reshare my posts. Like, nobody wants to see your fucking posts. I always like when people haven't, like, somebody would come and talk shit on one of my posts, and then I click on their profile, and they'll have it'll be some boomer, and they'll have a public profile. And they're like, I do not add strangers. Go away, strangers. It's like, dude, what stranger cares about you, for one? And 2, just make your shit private, you fucking idiot. But anyways, let's wind her down, dude. Let's wind her down. Happy Halloween. Hope all y'all troglodytes don't scare anybody. And hope all you baddies wear something very revealing. And I hope everybody else just has a beautiful, safe night. You don't get too much tooth decay from shoving sugar in your big fat faces. And with that, I'm going to leave you on this beautiful Tuesday. I will see you for Hump Day. Okay? I appreciate y'all. Peace out.